Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. One of the best things about the world of One Piece is that it has so many mysteries that allow us to create different ideas and theories and possibilities. And with the revelation of the name of one of the 5 Goresei, it has opened up some new possibilities and ideas that arise in relation to that very name. Saturn's name may be indicative of something much bigger within the One Piece universe, and it may be related to the planets and something even deeper, and it may reveal a great occult secret. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the names of the Goresei and what relationship these 5 elders may have with the planets, and which characters may also be involved in this system of planets. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like and even subscribe and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it continues to motivate us to make more content. If you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, the Goresei are a very important set of characters for the world of One Piece, being responsible for ruling the world, and are second only to Im-sama, a very mysterious and enigmatic figure that hides in the shadows. For a long time, dare I say 25 years, we have never known the name of any Goresei, but recently the first name was revealed to us as Saint J. Garcia Saturn, the Goresei responsible for authorizing the Buster Call to destroy Ohara, the island of archipelagos and archaeologists that had been researching the true history of the world. Despite his long and complex name, there's something familiar about the name, Saturn, as it originates from a planet that exists in our own solar system, Saturn being the 6th planet from the Sun and one of the 5 oldest planets. We've also seen that there's a certain similarity between the planets and the Goresei. They are celestial dragons and often referred to as the 5 elder stars, but in a different and more accurate translation, they could also be called the 5 elder planets. If we compare this to the 5 oldest planets in our own solar system, we have Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, which means that each Goresei could be carrying the name of a planet's name. And up until now, this is something that we'd never really been able to consider. Now, these names might appear to be insignificant, but it carries with it a great mystery that can be linked to the world of One Piece, and a mystery which has been hidden more than 800 years in the past. Now, we recently saw that Saturn is on his way to Egghead Island, which means that he will end up fighting. And since a Goresei is personally going to this battle, it's gotta mean he's really powerful. I mean, for all we know, he could possess the same level of power as an admiral, or even greater, possessing strength and powers never before seen or imagined. And this means the other Goresei could be just as powerful, if not more so. There may even be clues that are related to the solar system and the positions each planet occupies. However, we only have the name of 5 people who are related to this solar system in One Piece, but the other planets may have also been shown to us during the story of One Piece. So let's take a moment to talk about each of those. Starting with the Sun. This is the most powerful and largest body in our solar system. The Sun within One Piece universally is currently represented by Luffy, being the sun god Nika. While in Gear 5th, Luffy has unlimited power and is pretty much able to do whatever he wants, and is only limited by his creativity and imagination, which for Luffy is never a problem because of his immensely creative mind and all of the interesting ways he's figured out to use his powers. Following the Sun, the next planet that's closest is the planet Mercury, and this possibly is represented by the Goresei, who has the spots or birthmark on his forehead, also having a long white mustache and bald head. If we take Greek mythology into account, Mercury is represented by the deity Hermes, the god of wealth and messenger of the gods. And if Oda is basing this character on this particular mythology, it's likely that this Goresei could possess a power that involves gold, a power very similar to Gildo Tesoro, a villain of the movie One Piece Gold. The next and second closest planet to the Sun is Venus, possibly being represented by the youngest Goresei of the group, having short blonde hair and a beard in blonde coloration. Venus in Greek mythology is represented by Aphrodite, the goddess of love. The powers of this Goresei could be something similar to the fruit of Boa Hancock, but rather functioning in a completely different way, but having a similar purpose. The third planet of the Sun is of course our own, Earth, which may be represented by Im-sama, the one who has control over everything and everyone, being a mysterious and possibly extremely powerful being in the universe. In mythology, Earth is represented by the goddess Gaia, Mother Nature, or the Earth Goddess, and this connection that Im-sama could be Mother Nature is something quite interesting because it really makes sense. In their first appearance, we saw that Im-sama has a connection with nature, being in a place full of vegetation, allowing a butterfly to land on their finger. It's also recently been said by Dr. Vegapunk that Mother Nature is responsible for not allowing Devil Fruit users to swim, which means that Im-sama might be the one responsible for this, at least in some way. Next to the Earth, we have our moon, a small but extremely important satellite because it generates all of the winds and currents that has brought life to our planet. Now, although it's not a planet per se, the moon has significant importance not only for our solar system, but especially our planet and the characters within One Piece. The moon in One Piece could be represented by Teach, being the current wielder of the Fruit of Darkness. Now, during the past, Oda made a drawing of Teach when he was young, and next to him, there's a waning crescent moon, which might be a representation of his position in this solar system. The Darkness Fruit, as well as the fruit of a sun god, might have had great importance during the past, and it's for this reason they have been given this relationship with these planets or celestial bodies. Due to the proximity to Earth, this could mean that Teach and Im-sama at some point could unite or work together for some mysterious goal, which could even be to destroy the sun, which is currently represented by our favorite rubber captain, Monkey D. Luffy. The next planet we'll talk about is Mars, and the Goresei representing this planet is most likely one that's been sometimes referred to as Gandhi, as he's bald and has glasses, but yet carries a sword. Based on Greek mythology, Mars is represented by Ares, the god of war, so somehow his sword skills might be able to wreak havoc across the world. The next planet is Jupiter, possibly being represented by the Goresei, who has a big long beard and long white hair. Based on mythology, Jupiter is represented by Zeus, the head of the table and the god of lightning and thunder, something that resembles Enel quite a bit. But we also have to take into account that Enel has the lightning fruit, so this could mean that there is also a thunder fruit, or one that is much more powerful. And this wouldn't be the first time we see a similarity between two fruits. I mean, after all, we have the Hia-Hia-no-Mi and Yuki-Yuki-no-Mi. Both fruits have the same element and are quite similar, although they each work in their own unique way. The next planet is Saturn, the Goresei that is going to Egghead to take the life of Luffy, Vegapunk, and any other pirate that are in the place, keeping Vegapunk safe from having his life taken. Based on mythology, Saturn is represented by the deity Kronos, the god of time, and this means that Saturn will probably be able to stop time or even manipulate it in some way. And finally, we have the last and outer three planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which represent the three ancient weapons. Starting with Uranus, that is represented by the deity Caelus or Celis, the god of the heavens. The power of this ancient weapon, as we have seen, is capable of making a huge amount of energy that falls from the sky, causing everything to be destroyed in a matter of seconds, leaving no trace of what had once been there. Neptune is represented by the god Poseidon, the god of the seas or oceans, he being the deity that controls the seas and oceans, which is currently represented by Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess, an actual daughter of the king of the fishmen, Neptune. Shirahoshi possesses the unique ability to control the sea kings and even communicate with any sea creature in existence, quite similar to Poseidon himself from Greek mythology. And finally, we have Pluton, being represented by Pluto or Hades, the god of the underworld. Now, we haven't seen its power yet, but it's said that this ship is the most powerful vessel in the world, having multiple weapons that are capable of causing mass destruction and eradication of any island it sets its sight on. It's also worth noting that where Pluton currently is literally under the city and under the world of Wano. Quite a fitting resting place for something so destructive. So as we can see, all the people and weapons that represent a planet or star or a satellite is incredibly powerful, possessing the ability to cause great good or harm on the world. On the island of Ohara, we were treated to a model that the scholars had based on a geocentric model of the world of One Piece, where the Earth, or whatever the planet is called, was the center of the system, and all the rest of the planets or moons moved around it, alluding to the idea that Im-sama was the center of everything. But in fact, most any planetary system has to be based on heliocentrism, where the planets move around the sun, and the sun god being the real superior being of this One Piece universe. But sometime in the past, Im-sama may have somehow manipulated people to follow the idea of geocentrism, where they would be responsible for ruling the entire world, being the true superior being. So as we can see, there are multiple indications that the planets could really be related to these important characters in the world of One Piece. It could even be an essential piece to the final outcome of the story, being something that could bring great revelations and even involvements with the Void Century and the secrets which the Goresei want to keep hidden. But with all that said, my friends, we'd now love to know what you think about it. What do you think about our idea here and the relationship between our planets and our solar system with the major characters that we see in the world of One Piece? Now, it has been discussed already in the community that Jay Garcia might be an homage to Jerry Garcia, the lead singer and guitarist of the Grateful Dead. And some have speculated that there is perhaps maybe a musical physical theme to the rest of the Goresei. But it's the Saturn piece that really makes us wonder about how this might play out, especially considering the whole idea of a devil of the sea or a sun god. There's gotta be some other ideas and links to celestial bodies. Next, where do you think Teach fits in? Do you think he's the moon or darkness? And do you think there might even be a deeper connection between somebody like Teach and Imsa? Let us know what you think and your opinions about this idea in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video for the day, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. Hope to see you all in our next video. Let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.